Okay, so here we're just going to solve for the indicated variable. For this first problem, we've got the formula for a circumference of a circle. So I want to solve for r. So what I do with these problems kind of help me out. I circle what I'm trying to get by itself. Okay? So what do I notice? I notice that this 2 pi is multiplied by r to get the circumference. All right? Pretty cool. However, I want r to be by itself, so the inverse of multiplication is division. And so to do this, to get it by itself, I divide both sides by 2 pi. And then those cancel, and so r is equal to c divided by 2 pi. How about that? Let's try another one. Area of a trapezoid is 1/2 the large base plus the little base times the height. And I want to solve for h. Okay, so if you needed, here's a picture for a circle. So the circumference around here. All right, if I have a radius r, that circumference is 2 pi r. For a trapezoid, this is what a trapezoid looks like. The height is the distance between the big base and the little base, okay? And so that's how I get the area of a trapezoid. Now, just fun facts. Let's solve for h, though. Let's take our technique again. H, we're trying to get it by itself. Let's circle it, okay? So what you might be tempted to do at this point is to distribute through. I'm going to caution you not to distribute through because it's actually set up how we want it to be set up, okay? One thing I am going to do, though, is divide it piece by piece, okay? So what do I mean by that? All right, now I have a 1/2 here. I want to get it to the other side. So the opposite of dividing by 2 is multiplying by 2, okay? So I need to multiply both sides by 2, and then these cancel. All right, like look, 2 over 1 times 1 over 2, those cancel to get 1. And so what do I have? I've got 2a equals parentheses b plus little b times h, okay? That's why it's to the advantage not to multiply through, because if you distributed here, then you just have to factor back again, all right? So what do I do to get h by itself? The opposite of multiplication is division. Okay, so I divide both sides by capital B, lowercase b, and it cancels. So h here is 2a over big B, little b, right there. All right, let's do one more. Temperature conversion. So say we're converting like from Fahrenheit to Celsius. The formula we would do to take a Fahrenheit temperature is we'd take our temperature in Fahrenheit, we would subtract 32 from it, and then multiply by 5/9, okay? So what do we want to do if we're going to convert from Celsius to Fahrenheit? We would need to solve for f, okay? So looking at the other side of the equation, right, I'm looking for f, I circle it, okay? Maybe it is good for us to distribute here. Maybe not, okay? So there's 2 ways we can do this, and I think I'll work it both ways just so that you can see what would happen if you forgot to not distribute, all right? So let's do it the quick way first, all right? The opposite of multiplication is division, okay? So when I divide fractions, all you're doing is multiplying by the reciprocal to cancel. So if I multiply by 9 over 5 here, I multiply by 9 over 5 here. And so these will cancel each other. They cancel out, and I have 9 over 5c equals what? F minus 32. Well, how do I get f by itself? All I've got to do now is add 32, and I add it to both sides. So my formula is f equals 9 over 5c plus 32. Okay, how easy is that, right? Now, you can do this the long way if you want to. That's fine. If you want to see the long way, I'll write it out real quick. If I had C and then 5/9 F minus 32, say I forgot and I just distributed it, okay? This is C equals 5/9 F minus, oh my goodness, so listen, I should have gotten a calculator here, but this is 32 times 5, so that's at least 150, that's 160, so negative 160 divided by 9. Does that work? Let's just leave it like this for right now. Okay, I think we can reduce this maybe. Let's see. If I divide it into 9, what is that going to be? That leads me. No, that's not going to work. Okay, so to get f by itself, I add both sides. I add 160 over 9. Okay. And then to get rid of the 5/9, I multiply by 9/5. And the 9/5 is going to help us out here because we'll get 9/5 C when we do this, but the 9 will cancel with this here, and I get 160 over 5, which actually does convert back to 32. So we still get the same answer because that's 32, all right? So it still works out. It's a little bit longer, so just be careful when you're working through these problems.